Okay, we're about to start, everyone, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, my lovelies. So today is April 1st, April Fool's Day to many. It's actually a very dear friend of mine's birthday today, so happy birthday, Dean. Today I am going to make with you a super simple card using the Love Notes card kit. I have got almost all of my 10 cards made, and I'm going to make one of them now, which is a little bit cheaty, but I will add it into the 10 card one kit video fully edited. So I hope that you're going to enjoy crafting along with me. This isn't going to be anywhere near as long as the last one from a couple of weeks ago. I've been a little bit unwell. I'm still not feeling 100%, so I'm going to make the card and I'm going to enjoy the process, and then I'm going to go back to bed. Anyhow, let's dig in. We'll move over to top camera now, and all I'm doing is I'm going to take a sheet of white alcohol marker friendly cardstock, and I'm going to firstly snip it down. Right, so I'm going to make this one a side fold. I almost always do a top fold, so 5.5. Move the trimmer out. Oh, thank you, Gloria. I'm pleased to hear that the timer worked. We had that last time, but where we had some technical issues, it didn't take very well. Okay, into the scoreboard, scoring at A2 line, which is 4.25 inches, which I'm sure you all know. And then we'll give that a nice score. Now, we've introduced a layout challenge on our blog, and because the Love Notes kit is our 100th kit, we thought it would be a really nice thing to do a bit of a giveaway with this layout challenge. So we're going to give someone $100 Canadian to spend in store on whatever they like. They can get kits, peel-offs. Yeah, the choice is yours. Let me just give you a little rundown. This is the Background Builder 1 die, and our layout challenge for months 1, 2 and 3 are all going to feature this die set, and they're just going to be different layouts from this die. Now, you don't have to have the die to enter the challenge. You can just cut circles and squares and, you know, roughly the right shapes. And you don't have to use Love from Lizi products either. So this is my very well loved set. But you don't have to do any of that at all. You can just make a card with whichever products you have on hand and enter, and you'll get a point. But if you also use Love from Lizi products, you get an extra point. And if you use the Background Builder die set, you get a third point. So you're in a position to be able to get up to 3 points per card. You can enter as many cards as you like. And we will be doing a random number draw just before the unboxing of the Make It. So you've got a couple of weeks still if you want to enter. You love the paper, says Jana, and hello everyone from Sarah. Hello. This paper, this is one of my favourites, and I really didn't want to cut into it. It's so pretty, but I'm going to use it real big on this card. So I'm going to cover the whole card base with it. So, and this is a tiny weeny trimmer. I'm going to use my bigger trimmer because that hasn't got the measurements on it that I need. Only happens when you're live, you see. Right, so I need to make this 5.5 by 4.25 to cover my base. Now, thankfully, there isn't any, there isn't an up and a down. Oh, that's squeaky. Right, by 4 1/4. Please bear with me, my brain's a little slow today. I'm still not quite with it. Okay. Making a real hash out of this. But we'll get there in the end. Usually this is the bit where I would turn the camera off and make it all look like it was all intended. Right, okay, so that bit's gone now, thankfully. Now we need to get rid of this bit. 4 1/4. Okay, right, got there in the end. And we've got Paige from Toronto and Ilka from Germany. Paige, I used to live in Toronto. How is it over there at the moment? I really enjoyed being in the city. I was actually in downtown, which was a very interesting way of life. It's very different to what I was used to in England. Right, so I have done, yes, I've done the card front, the panel, which was what I was hoping for. Now, the layout design, I'll show you this one because it's actually uploaded already. But the design is using, I've made a mess of my desk and I've only been there 3 minutes. Right, so you've got the larger panel here, and then there's the rectangular panel at the bottom, a bigger circle with a sentiment or a topper, however you please, and then the stitched square and the stitched circles, 3 of those each. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to die cut, but I'm going to mix it up from this one, so it will look slightly different. And it's just to show you that this layout can be used many which ways. Now I've done, so that's right. So this remainder piece I'm going to want to die cut 3 squares from. And I'm actually going to tape this down. Use a tape runner. They were really squeaky with me. We did a make and take at the weekend, and just before we left, of course it's not squeaking at all now. Just before we left, we opted to go with glue sticks, which were terribly messy. They got the job done, but yeah, I definitely prefer my tape runner than the glue stick. Oh gosh, everyone's here. You need to give the cutter a bit of WD-40. Leslie, I will pass it to Liam and make him do that for me. Oh, we've got Claudia in Germany as well. Paige said it's been pretty rainy, but a bit warmer, so enjoying that in Scarsborough, so much different than downtown, near downtown Hamilton. I have a lovely friend in Hamilton, Kimmy, almost a decade and loved it. Downtown Toronto is busy. Yeah, I lived on Yonge and Bloor on Isabella Street, so I was right in it, and it was fun because I was I've just been yeah, having thought about that. Leslie, would you have WD-40'd your own, or would you have made it a blue job? Because Liam tries very hard to have pink and blue jobs, because especially in the winter when there's not much to be doing outside, he likes to call them blue. Now, I'm looking for tape. I found my tape. I'm so sorry. I'm going to appear really scatty and not quite with it. I am. I'm just. Oh look, I've got a bit of peel off in my hair. This is terrific. I'm doing really well. They get everywhere. Those tiny little bits that you snip off, they actually go everywhere. Yes, you were writing it too busy for me, but I'm sure it was a fun experience. You know, I was in my 20s. I didn't have my little pig, and yeah, it's something to do to live in a city. Right, so I'm gonna make this card because otherwise we'll be here all day. Now, and this is, oh gosh, that's heavy. A super quick and simple card to make. So I'm sorry if the camera jumps in and out now because I've put the die cut machine in, which is quite a lot higher Now, here we go. Trying to remember how to use it. I usually use a much bigger one, but it's not something that I can move onto under the screen easily. So, here we go. Just spinning on my chair. Right, okay. Ta-da. Oh, blue job. The typed comments are Liam. I just would like to add, because whilst I'm sitting here being scatty and not quite myself, typing is not something I can do as well. Look at me, my fancy picture in picture streaming. Yes, look, this is Laura, my lovely Laura, who I missed painfully. Yeah, Liam, that was a blue job as well, Laura. I would never have managed. It's something that I've always wanted to be able to do. And he's going to start showing off now. I'm probably flicking it to all the different camera screens, because that is exactly what I would expect of him. Here we go. Yeah, okay, there's the close. Yeah, brilliant. Okay. Sure, you go for it. Just needs a little working. Where's dry? Yes, I am not going to forget. It is super, super dry here, Leslie. I had to soak my hands just before this video because, yeah, otherwise it would have been a very dusty experience for you all. Right, sorry, I'm not doing that in screen. So I'm just taping down my third. And if I was clever, I would have also done the little mini circle bit at the same time. But I'm not clever, I'm afraid, so I didn't. I'm skidding my mat. That's not going to be centre anymore. I'm going to get told off. Not doing very well. Right. Okay. So we have the three. Let's move this noisy beast out of the way. So we have now got the three little squares. Okay. So, I'm going to put that back with the dies. As you can see, we have the squares now, but we don't have the base. And I'm actually, because this is such a pretty paper and I don't want to take away from it, I'm actually going to use white. I'm going to use the other half of that card front. Yes, I'm going to use the card front. And I'm going to die cut this panel and this panel. Oh. And this panel. And these tiny weenies. So there you go, there's going to be loads of white on this. It's just to make sure that this super pretty pattern paper sings hard. So we need the big back one. We need the rectangle. And we're going to need the big circle. Yes, and we're going to need the little circle. We're actually going to need 3 of those ones. Oh, of course, the only part of the screen that you can't see because of my face. So we're going to need 3 of those ones. Right. How are things back in England, Laura? And not clever, Thank you, Yana. Right, I need to double check this now. I'm going to make sure. Is it Yana or Jana? Please, and I'm so sorry that I'm asking that. It's just that I know I have German relatives and they pronounce the J as a Y. So they are Jana, but maybe you're not. So I would like to make sure that I am pronouncing your name correctly. Right. Let's go again. That didn't stick at all, did it? Right. The die set is great. Sarah, it really is. It's so versatile. And as I say, we've designed the next 3 months you know how we were saying about the technical stuff? There goes the overhead camera. But Laura said that it's all been good. Jana. Oh, okay, Jana. Thank you very much. No. I want to say it the way that it's supposed to be said. So I'm going to keep chatting for a minute. Well, oh, there's Liam. Oh, he tries to work out why the camera is just dead. What we could do is we could go into the close-up camera while you're doing that if you want. No? Okay. So, oh, we have a very big view of a very messy desk. Okay, we good? You're there. Can everybody see the overhead now? Are we good? I can see the overhead. Does that mean that everyone can see the overhead? I'm looking at the live stream over there and it's saying yes. So I'm gonna carry on going now. So, having taped down all my little pieces from the die set. Oh no, I was just starting to respond to Sarah. It's a really handy die set because it's a nice dinky one in that it's not massive, not too much. Oh gosh. Okay, so we're going to go to the close-up camera, and I'm going to rearrange somewhat so that we can see. Now, right, that's a very close-up of that, isn't it? So, is it battery? Okay, so here it goes. The die set's great. I really enjoy using it, so much so that I think I designed this one about, gosh, maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and it has been so popular. People have just continued with it. We've had to restock it, I think, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 times. And so I thought, because so many people have got this die set, this would be a really nice one to do the layout challenge with. I will make this die cutter go. Ooh, let's put some welly into that. I don't think it likes it when I put more than one die in. I'm being greedy with my big mama that I've got behind me. I can put as many in that as I like and it doesn't complain. Right, okay. Huh. So now we have the circle. We have one of the mini circles, but they're not going far because we're going to use them again. The big panel. And one of the nice things about doing it on just plain colour cardstock is you don't need to be too concerned about how straight they are. Because when you do it on a piece of patterned paper, like for example with this one, because it's that gingham, you have to make sure that the dies are exactly straight, otherwise it would look really off. Yeah, Laura's jinxed it, that's what it is, isn't it? It's her fault. She says she's jinxed it. While we wait, can anyone care to answer when's the last time you did some die cutting? Yeah. I actually die cut probably in most cards. It's oh, we've got Tracy from Not Afraid of Colour. Hello, love. Right. Okay. Oh, we're back up top. Fingers crossed. Is it going to last? Should we play some bets? Should we make it interesting? Right. Done with those dies. So let's just show you for a sec how we're getting on. So we now have got the white. This also would have been really good in vellum, thinking about it, but that didn't come in the kit. So if you've got vellum on hand and you want to keep your pattern papers looking really pretty, lost a square along the way. There it is, right in front of my face. Okay, so I think you can see it's starting to take shape. And now we're going to put some little circles. Okay, so I need 2 more of these diddy ones. This can go away for me to lose another day. Okay, 1. Let's go with 2. But yes, so I'm very excited about having the challenge blog. It's something that I've always wanted to, I mean, to be fair actually, Laura hosted a challenge blog for us when she was our design team coordinator in our old website, and it was usually a colour challenge. But the layouts have always been something that I wanted to do. So yeah, I'm pleased that we're doing it, and we have something exciting for the next few as well. I'm very quickly going to cheat here. I'm not going to move the die cutter out of the way because it's heavy and awkward. I am just going to pop that out, and then I'm going to send it straight back through, and then we can move it off the desk. Helpful if the die is over the card though. In you go. I'm afraid this isn't as polished as many of you have probably witnessed with other lives. I don't do polish very well. So right. Away. We now have got 3. They used to be white until my die plates, which are filthy dirty, got involved. I will use a sand eraser to tidy those up a little bit. This is such a handy little tool, the mono sand eraser. It's polish can be boring. Well, boring is not something that something that I think we could be called. We set my mat on fire last week, so we need a Love from Lizi brand mini die cutting machine. I could really use one, you know, it would be lovely, wouldn't it? It certainly would be helpful. We used to have one. It was another company's, but we used to sell one because we sold the travel kits. So, right, that's now somewhat fixed. Let's make sure that these aren't, oh, these got a little bit dirtied as well. I don't think you can actually get plates anymore for a cuttle bug. I think they've been discontinued. I'm sure they're pretty generic, but does anyone else have a cuttle bug here, or am I the only old school? Oh gosh, the camera's really gone on the wonk, but you can see what I'm working on, okay, can't you? Right, okay, sand eraser away. Okay, right, so I'm going to start sticking now. I'm going to stick these flat. Let's move those out of the way. Right, so. Yes, we did a make and take on Saturday in Calgary, a really lovely little cafe called the Cornerstone Music Cafe. We had so many children come to make Mother's Day cards. It was actually quite cute. But I'd set it all up on a higher standing bar. So and these kids descended together. There's a group of them, and the dad that had obviously given the mum a little bit of peace and quiet on a Saturday afternoon said, we're here to make cards. And I was like, oh my goodness, I haven't made cards with kids other than my own for so long. And of course, the make and take that I'd put together wasn't particularly designed for children. Not that it wasn't, it was just that it had pinstripe peel-off stickers, which are a bit fiddly and a bit, you know, you need a little bit of dexterity. But to be fair, they did really well. They made really pretty cards. So it worked out, but I was having to pull everything down off of the bar so that they could reach it, and yeah, some of the kids had never stamped before, so that was fun. But no, it was nice to go and be out crafty in the real world. And Leslie came along, and we had a nice coffee, which was really nice. Leslie's is green. Oh, your Cutterbug. Yeah, this was blue. It was... it was that blue. But it was sat in the sun. Oh, there you go. You can see that blue. It was really pretty. But it was on the windowsill in my studio in our office in England, and it just got bleached, and it now looks almost sage, which I think is also quite a popular colour. So it could have been worse. So right, I'm all distracted. I need to choose a sentiment, and I'm feeling like just a note. Keep it simple. So this is the stamp set that comes in the kits. Yeah, bet Mum's love that, nothing like a handmade card. Yeah, they have Mother's Day on, oh gosh, is it the 11th of May? Can someone help me out? It's different here. Yeah, in the UK, it's the first day of spring. So when we went for Mother's Day for dinner, of course I've stuck this down now, silly woman. When we went for Mother's Day, we were the only ones there. We didn't even have to book, which was nice. Okay, so I'm going to put just a note, and I'm going to stagger it in just a little bit from the edge. I'm going to use my Misty because... ooh, look how clean it is. I had to clean it after the make and take because it was filthy. Ink everywhere. But, right. Make sure we're happy with the straight. It's often not particularly straight when I'm in charge, so excuse my head. When you get it straight and then you move your hands and it sticks to your hands. I'll try again. There is a way around this. I could lay a piece of acetate in here and then it would stick to the acetate rather than my nail varnish, but I got it. We're good. Right. I am going to, I'm going to use VersaFine. My little one, because that's handy. You make and take sounds like it's quite an adventure. It was nice. It was fun. It was, as I said at the beginning, I hadn't been particularly well last week, and I didn't tell as many people about it as I should have done, I don't think. But the coffee house is beautiful. The owner's a really lovely lady. Her son was on Carson's soccer team, so she we were just talking about the fact that we both own businesses, and she has this lovely coffee place, and I said, oh, I'll come along, and if anybody wants to have a little make, they can. And yeah, it was really nice. Okay, right, so now we're going to start assembling, but I'm going to do a little bit of fussy cutting, so I need my scissors. So I am going to put, in the background paper, there's this really lovely sort of tealy bloom, this one. So I'm going to use that. Am I going to use that? Yes, I'm going to use that on my big circle. And then I'm going to take these, I'm going to snip each one out and put one on each of the circles. I hope that makes sense. I'll show you, don't worry. So I'm going to try and keep with the wobbly edge that the flowers have around them, so that it doesn't stick out too hard that I'm cutting this one up. Ooh. Sticker. Oh, the weather was not nice either. No, the biggest dump of snow for about a month, wasn't it? We went to bed at night. Oh, top's gone. Can we zoom in? So we'll go on the close-up. But yes, we live in Canada now. It's going to be somewhat snowy, but We went to bed and it was all lovely, and we woke up in the morning and there was about, I don't know, 3 inches of snow on the ground. So yeah, it was pretty fresh. I actually really like the snow, especially when I'm sat inside. It's like guilt-free crafting weather. But it was really nice. We had a nice chat with Leslie and her husband. Carson got to sit on his iPad the whole time, which he absolutely loved. Okay, so we are nearly there, my lovelies. Let's have a look. Big one, little one, big one. I think that works just fine. I'm going to pop, what am I going to pop up? I'm going to stick the whites, the little circles, straight onto the squares, and then I will pop the squares up so that they've got a little bit of lift. Or should I stick it all flat and just lift up the big one? Has anyone got any thoughts on that? I will make a decision if, of course, the lag is as bad as it sometimes is. But just in case anyone has any ideas, that would be blinding. Now, tell you what I'm also going to do. I'll do it at the end. I'll do it at the end when we're all tidy, so it's not too much. Okay. So I'm actually going to put the smaller one at the bottom because we're going to be overlapping ever so slightly. Don't want to take away from the flowers. So I think we're going to go like this. Now I need foam. So I'm going to take the little skinny foams, which I'm probably going to get told off for using, but it's worth it. I want to have the 2 different depths. So I'm going to pop these here. You think you should pop up the squares? Thank you very much. Big pop up and the big one, and yes, audio is great. Lovely, thank you Laura, thank you Sarah. Yeah, I was just thinking I'll use my little 1mm for the squares, and I'll use my 3mm, the big boys, to lift up the circle. So, but in doing that, it means I've got to use squares, and that was something that I said I wouldn't do last week, or last time we did a video, because I seem to spend forever peeling the backs off. Oh, we've got Pam. Hi, lovey. How are you? Right. There is light at the end of the tunnel, everyone. You've been very patient with me. I'm sorry about this. But I'm enjoying myself, so I hope you are. Okay. 1. Yeah, well, in response to the snow of the weekend, Carson, little pig, was not happy because couldn't go outside, play soccer or badminton, which is new favourite. And we have a timer for him for screen time, so that he's just not permanently watching some nonsense on TV or playing on an Xbox or something. So yes, he has a timer and he gets time put on it weekly. So we put the timer on every Friday so that he has the week's worth. Now if he wants to smash through all of his time, he can, but then he hasn't got anything left for the rest of the week. And he's been really good until this weekend, and I think it's because it was snowy and it wasn't expected, and And he had a day off school yesterday as well. So yeah, it's going to be a long week. I think he's got about 40 minutes left. Okay. That's the wrong sheet. Whoops. So we are nearly there, everyone. Right, that will do. Now peel these back. Are you getting any crafting done, Laura? Dare I ask? And Pam, how are you doing? Is your little one okay? Let's pop. Okay, so I am going to use the peel-offs that came in the kit. I'm going to pretend that's not there. And I'm going to use my craft knife. I'm actually going to use the tiny weeny ones, and I'm going to pop them in the middle of the flowers. Often I'd use a gem, but I like the whiteness of it. So only on the little ones. 1, 2, 3, and I'll do these 3 as well. And then I pretty much say that this card is done. So I really hope that you guys want to do the layout. It doesn't take anywhere near as long if you don't faff as much as I do. But yeah, it's I think it's important. I did for a long time, got out of making, and I think actually sitting down and making a card is so good for my headspace. So anyhow, this is my card, and I will edit this one down so that it is a reasonable length, and I'll pop it into my 10 card 1 kit video. As I say, they are the same layout, same kit, just different ways of using. And I could pop a bow. We've got so many little bits and pieces here. I could use buttons. There's the twine, and these gems would have worked nicely as well. But I just thought I'd pop a peel off in just to mix it up a little bit. Yeah, please have a look at our challenge. We do intend on going live once a week-ish. Obviously last week I couldn't because I was unwell, so we will see about going live next Tuesday at 11 Mountain Time, because the UK has changed their time now. They changed at the weekend. It was 6 hours and now it's 7, so it's back to normal. But yes, if you want to make a card on our website, on the blog, when you click on blog at the top, it pulls a drop down and it says layout challenge. You click on there and you will see, and there's examples. Some of the design team have made some really pretty cards. And then there's the link party at the bottom that you click on and you can put your link in, and you haven't got to go to a blog or to a Facebook page or anywhere. You can just put it in there. So it's very straightforward and simple, and if I can manage it, you can manage it. But thank you ever so much, everyone, for joining me. It's been really nice having a little chat and making a card. And oh, I can also confirm something I probably should have done at the beginning, that all of the April kits have been shipped. They're all on their way to you. So if you haven't had your tracking, you will get it shortly. We are working through getting the tracking information out, but your kit is on its way to you. So lovely news, I'm sure. Okay, and until next time, make something beautiful.